Hello viewers, good day to you. Welcome back. Glad you guys are here. This is a vintage 1993 Ford old body style F150 XL. It's got the 5-liter, that's the big motor. It's got the automatic transmission and it's got a whole lot of mileage on it. This thing's definitely been around the block a time or two. It's got a pile of parts over here in a box. I don't know if I'm gonna get to all of these piles of parts in the box, but we're sure gonna try. The reason this thing came in is it had a spark plug blowout on cylinder number 3. I think my guy already fixed it. Get in there. I think they already fixed the number 3, but they'd like me to go back in there and change the rest of the plugs on the remaining 7 cylinders, as well as some wires. Looks like maybe a coil. It's all kinds of stuff in here. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of go through this box of goodies here and see what we can get installed in a timely fashion and what we cannot. So let us begin starting the engine. Look at that, fired right up. 31 years old, instantaneous engine cranking. I also understand that the climate control has not operated in this particular truck in over a decade. So after we get all these parts installed, I'm gonna see if we can't diagnose the AC. That's probably not gonna happen today, but it's definitely on the list. Look at that. This is my favorite air conditioning. Look, you just turn it all the way around and then you got a little scoop outside that blows the wind in towards you. You got it on both sides. We don't even need AC. Not with this triangle window. I miss these things. Anyway, let's go ahead and nose this thing into my service stall up here, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Cut her left because I'm close to the door. Looking good. I'm not gonna get it on the rack just yet. What I wanna do is knock out that under hood work first. So we're just gonna bring her right on up to right about here. Oh, that looks good to me. Parking is the auto, powering down. Let's see, we don't have a door handle. That needs a new one. Open that guy up, pop an easy hood. That was a violent one. All right, let's get this thing opened up. We'll drag a cart over here. We'll bring out our box of parts. And we'll see what we're gonna get done and what we're not here. Opening the hood. Come on there. Woo! Look at that dinosaur. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the driver's side of the engine here, and we're gonna get this bank of spark plugs removed. There's the most access for my flanges in this area, so I figure these are gonna be the easiest ones to get out. So if they are gonna break, at least they're gonna break on the easy side first. That way I kind of know what I'm dealing with. So let's go ahead and we'll get these old spark plug wires pulled out of here. We got my curvy needle noses in action. All right, going in for our first kill. Let's get this wire removed. I don't care if I break them, they're not going back on. Let's pull this guy out. I'm not gonna pull the wires off just yet. We're gonna just focus on the plugs first, and then we'll change the wires after the plugs come out. Let's get right into it with the our plug socket. Send it. Okay, we got one. Oh, that's nasty. Okay, wire numero dos. A little bit off to our right. Let's get a hold of that one. Oh, that boot just tore. Junk. Okay. Pull that one out of the way and we'll get the rest of the boot off the plug. The rubber is just disintegrating into like powder and pieces of it falling out everywhere. Extra junk. Socket coming in. Flashlight going down. Okay, that one came out. It's not, oh yeah, that's horrible. Wow. All right, looking a little farther back, we're going for the 3rd plug in a row here. Let's pop this, this wire off. Sorry that this AC line is in the way. I know it's obstructing our vision slightly, but I cannot do anything about that, so it is what it is. Dig this next plug out. Equally, oh, that one's not nasty at all. Look at that. I mean, the external rust is nasty. Motorcrafts. The interior wasn't that bad. Seen worse. Okay, last one in our row back here. Pop that guy out. I'm not going to say it, but we've got 4 out. I don't want to jinx myself. But this one, that one looks equally horrendous. Okay, 4 removed from this side. Let's go ahead and fetch the 4 out of the box and we'll get these guys installed. Let's see what we've got here. Motorcraft spark plugs. There's a box of 3 and a box of 4 because one has already been installed. We've got an oil pressure sender. Now, one more in there. Oh no, what's this? What is this? Oh, that's a tool for the extractor tool. Okay, we'll use that later. Okay, let's unbox these guys. We'll check the gap on them. Gap is supposed to be 44 thousandths of an inch. We'll gap them to 44 and then we can get all these guys installed. That one's good. And okay, 4 plugs, good to go. Let's go match up the threads real quick and make sure that they are correct. And I believe these are sufficient. Okay. Okie dokes, let's check our gap real quick on these guys. That's 50 thou, a little too much. 50 thou, 48, and that one is 49. Here, I'll just give these guys a push to close that gap a little bit, and then we can go in with the tool and open it, set it properly. Just barely pushing on these guys. Don't worry, I'm not breaking them. Okay, coming in with our tool. A little more. A little more. See how the tool kind of hooks into it? And then we can give it a little bit of pressure to bend and open up that gap. So we're 40 thousandths. 4,000 more to go. 44 thousandths of an inch right there. Right on the money. So that one's good. Okay, repeating procedure on our next plug. We're gonna go through this rather quickly. Bam, that one's 44 thou, that one's perfect. My micrometer is right on. That's 45 thou, let's take it down just a wee bit. And 44, that one's good. Next. 43, not good. And I know that's fine, but we're gonna go right. 44.5, good enough for me. All right, so that's 4 plugs gapped. Let's get these guys installed in our driver's side cylinder head. Back down below over here, let's get these plugs in their homes. We'll get them started and I'll run them down with the electron gun. Get in there, plug. Okay, that one started. Plug number 2 coming in. I almost dropped it. This one, come on, thread you. Got that one started, good. Let's move that thing, whatever this is. It's in the way, whatever it is. Okay, next spark plug. Reaching back's getting a little hard here. But I got long extremities, so I'm good. That one is started as well. Couple threads, and for the one out back, I'm on my tippy toes here trying to get in there. Can't see anymore, but I can feel the hole, and it's getting started. A little more. All right, that one's in, good to go. All right, a little bit of forward torque action coming in. Got our spark plug socket in the wobble on the electron ratchet. We're gonna run it down slow, bottom it out, and click. Give it back. Give it back to me, there we go. All right, that's one plug. Next one. Come on. It must not be on the plug. There we go. Beginning torquing now. Clicks. Next. A little more. There we go. Last one on this side. Spin her down. Bottomed out, and a little bit of torque here. One more. There we go. Good to go. Okay, so that's 4 on this side. We need 3 more on that side, and then we'll get our wires and everything set up. Okay, so the elephant in the room here is our missing fender well, and our vapor reserve canister reservoir is bungee corded to some coolant lines. Let's get rid of this. We'll probably have to put that fender well back on. It's in the bed of the truck right now. I'm guessing that thing had to come off in order to dig out that spark plug on cylinder 3 over here, and it's not back in yet. Here, let's get rid of these bungee cords. And same thing on this side. We're gonna go in, tear the wires out, and then dig those little spark plugs out of there. Our viewing space on this particular side is getting a little scarce, so we're kind of sitting down low in the fender, trying to pull these wires and plugs out. So there's one wire gone. Coming in with the ratchet here, spin her back in reverse, and let's get this other plug out. This is the number 1 plug, I believe. Send it, just full send. I'm gonna neutral drop it. There we go. Yeah, it came right out. All right, there's that one. That's our number 1 plug. Number 2 is right next to it. Gotta bend this heat shield over a little bit, but I think I can get to that unit. Yep. All right, there's the plug. Got that off. Or the wire, rather. Now, go back in one more time with our swivel here. And we'll get that number 2 plug, I'm sorry. Get that guy out. Loosey-goosey out of the hole. And how's this one looking? Like failure was imminent. Look at that. The steel has rusted through and we can see the ceramic through the steel. That's a pretty bad one. This was moments away from death. And I know what you're saying, Ray, why are you hitting these with a power tool? Because if it's gonna break, it's gonna break. And if it's not gonna break, then my power tool makes it faster. And if it is gonna break, it's gonna break whether I use a power tool or not, so whatever. That's why. That's my official explanation. Anyway, let's get our socket in that hole down there. Come here. Wait, that's number 3, isn't it? That one stays. That's a good one. I almost took the wrong plug out. Ruh-roh. That one has already been replaced. So let's go way back in the back down there and get our number 4 spark plug out. That's this one all the way back down in that hole. So we're gonna go down, reach on up with our little pliers here. Get a hold of that wire. I think I got her, yep. Give it some wiggle action. And she's loose. Back in with the ratchet. And we'll get that last guy out. That's a tough squeeze, I tell you what. And it's dark in there, I can barely see. Last one. Nope, need an extension. Here, let's pull this guy back out real quick. We'll feed an extension onto our socket here. And that should get to the plug. There's a heat shield in the way. I think that's what's holding me up. That heat shield's a little bent. Yeah, might have to bend it back. Oh, there we go. Got a bite. Aha! Gotcha. There she is. That's the number 4 plug removed. Beautiful. Alrighty, number 4 spark plug coming in. I've already set the gap on it, so we are at 44 thou on this plug. So let's get this guy started here. This is the one with that heat shield that's in the way. Yeah, probably gonna have to bend that heat shield, I think. Let's see if I can't get that started by hand. Maybe I could sneak my socket in there afterwards. Give it a couple turns there. And socket coming in. Come on, catch. There we go. Socket's on. Let's get a couple turns on this thing with our ratchet and we'll get it torqued in. A little bit more. And clickage. There we go. That one's tight. And I lost my socket. Going back. And I still lost my socket. That heat shield's got me. No matter. Grab some pliers here. Give it a tug. She'll come out. Yeah, that totally is getting caught on that heat shield. There we go. Okay, so number 4 is in. Let's just get number 3 and number 2, and we're good to go here. Okie dokes. Next one coming in. This is hole number 2. Can't see it. Oh, that heat shield's mangled in there, man. That must have happened during the destruction event. This guy on. Tighten her down. Tighten her down some more by hand. Clickage right there. That one's in. Let's retrieve our socket one more time. And then we're going to go in for our number 1 spark plug, which is going to be slightly off to the right. Can't get some light down there and see what I'm doing. You guys can't see what I'm doing. Nobody can see what I'm doing here. I can't even see what I'm doing. But I can feel it. Okay, that one has started. That's good. And swivel flash universal, an extension on the way. A little bit more torquage by hand. Here we go. Click. Got it. Okay, so that's all 4 spark plugs installed. So let's go ahead and get our wires out, unbox these guys, and we'll get these wires run one at a time here. Do I have a distributor cap and rotor? What is this? Tell me I got a cap and rotor in here. Please? Yes! Oh, I was gonna feel so upset if I did not have a new cap and rotor to go with all this stuff. Good to go. All right, put that over there. What's this, thermostat gasket? Okay, this comes with me. You stay there till we need you. And our set of wires. Thundercore Pro OE replacement wire set by Walker. Yeah, the Australians and the Mel Gibson fans should love that one. Walker. Alright, there's our wire set. Nice and neatly bundled here. Let's go ahead and get these guys untangled, disconnected, and then we'll run the new ones in there. So, I guess we're gonna start. I don't know where to start. This is a mess. Well, let's start with the, I guess the easy ones. This one's cylinder, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do cylinder 5. And we'll just move our way back. That works. So I need to disconnect this little wire retainer clip right here on the valve cover. It should just snap open. This has not been removed in multiple decades, so I'm really hoping I don't break it. Plastic becomes nice and brittle and whatnot over time. There we go. So we got that guy disconnected. Put that aside. So here's our number 5 wire. And that's gonna run right over to our distributor. Disconnect you, pull that guy right out. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of a dielectric on our business end right here. That's gonna go down onto our plug. So we'll reach this guy down through this hole here, slide it over the plug, and then snap that guy on. I should get an audible click when it goes. Not feeling it, not hearing it either. Oh, these are gonna be fun to put on. Yeah, that's cool. Please go on. What is this? Okay. I don't see what the problem is, but it's probably this little bracket thing in my way. Really? Come on, wire. You're making a fool out of me. And only I'm supposed to be making a fool out of me. Not you. Come on, wire. Get on there. Is that it? Yepper, got it. Okay. So that's one wire on. Let's go ahead and route this around. And yes, I am changing this cap, but for now I'm gonna put that wire on the cap. That way we know exactly where it goes. So this right here, it's the next one back. That's gonna be our cylinder 4, 5, 6. Cylinder number 6. Let's pull this one off. Disconnect it right here. This is why you do one at a time and not multiple at a time. That way you can sort them properly. Let's measure them. Let's measure them by length here. So there's our old one, and that comes out right here. That should be our new one. Let's measure these guys up. Survey says acceptable. Very good. A little bit of lube in that hole. There we go. And this one goes back here on cylinder 6. Sneak that guy down in there. Line it up. Wiggle it on. There's our snap. Good. Up, over, and on our distributor cap right there. Repeating with cylinder 7. Pull her out. Wiggle it off. Whoa! See that? I dropped you guys and caught you at the same time. That was super. That camera gravity. I choose, which wire do I want out of this group? I'm gonna choose, I think it's gonna be this one here. Survey says to me, it's a little long. Well, a little longer is better than not long enough, so we're gonna go with that one. Works just fine. As long as it reaches, we're good. Let's get some lube in that one. In there. Too much. Good. So this one's number 7. And how am I gonna get a hold of you? Let's see, yeah, this one gets routed down behind that bracket right there, and then we got to pull it through some, spin her around, get the right angle, and then we can wiggle that onto the plug. And there's our snap. That's good. Up, over, and then under right there, and then right over here to our distributor cap. Perfect. So the last one is going to be cylinder 8. That's going to be a long one, I think. Let's get you. And match that one up next. So let's grab the bundle. Not this one, that's for the coil. Here's our bundle of long wires, and this one matches up closest to... We're going to go with this one right here. Again, it's a little long, but I'd rather have it be too long than too short. Okay. So running this thing back behind that bracket, just like the other one on cylinder 7. So we can reach back and get that boot plugged in to our plug right there. Let's wiggle that guy on. Where's my click? Non-click. It's not. This one's not going on. There we go. Felt the snap. Okay, she snapped on. Let's run this back up and over, and we'll connect it to our post right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's 4 down, 5 to go. We have 5 to go because there's the one for the coil. Let's just get that guy right now. That's the center one. That goes to the middle of the cap. Where's my driver? There she is. So over here at the coil, we just pop that little tab. Pop that tab. Pop the first tab again. Wiggle this guy out. There we go. Okay, that one's off. This one is our coil wire. No corrosion. Snap you on and plug it in. That's on our coil, and then this one goes to the center of our distributor. Okay, 5 down, 4 to go. Okay, returning to our passenger side over here. Let's get the rest of these wires dug out of their positions. Let's see, we're gonna start with number 1 because that's the one I can see and it's closest. So let's figure out where she is on the other side. Here's 1. I don't know what that was. It looks like this right here is number 1 on our distributor cap. Sure is. We'll pull that guy through. We'll match it up with its counterpart, which is going to be another short cable. And I'm going to go with the shortest of these two. I think these are equal length. Yeah, they're about the same, so we'll go with this one. So this guy, I'm going to run that up and over the valve cover, and it should start to come through on the other side. I can see it in there. Can't reach it though, I don't think. Going way down. Got it. So let's pull that guy out, and we'll temporarily plug that into our cap right here. And then around the other side, we need to get our grease. Uh-oh. Maybe that's what fell. Yep. 2 times my lube went down. Okay, let's take this guy, get some shmoo in there, plug that into cylinder numero 1. There we go. Do not fall down. So this guy, we're going to loop it around down onto our plug, which is way down there, and snap that unit into place here. Oh, no click. Didn't go on. In fact, it pushed itself right off. Yeah, if you don't get that little connector snapped in, these wires will come off. That's not okay. There we go. I felt it go. Yep, felt it click. Okay. Let's move on to the next cylinder. That's going to be number 2. I'm going to hang on to it with this hand here. We're going to come around, kind of wiggle and pull on it some. It looks like this is our number 2. Pull that guy out. And we're also going to be using another short one. So we'll follow our same path as the number 1 wire, up and over the valve cover, under the intake, shove it in there as far as we can get it, and then come around to this side. I see you back there. Okay, here she comes, and we'll set that one on its post right here. That's good. Again, more lubricant in the hole. In there, please. And then this one goes down to spark plug numero 2. Let's Get her clicked on. Nope. Nope. Third time's a charm, right? There we go. Felt the snap. Give it a tug. That one's good. Moving on to number 3, which is this one here. Come out. That one runs. This one does not run where it should be. This one goes up and over these coolant hoses, under another coolant hose behind the alternator, and then it runs into our cap here. I think this is the one. There's only 2 left. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to run this one the same way that I found it. Pull that thing out. Here, come here. Let's match it up. And these ones are also longer, so I'll just take the shortest of the 2, which is, they're equal length. Okay, solves that problem. Again, up and over. We're gonna run this one behind all this intake linkage and bracketry and whatnot. And following the first 2 wires up and over our valve cover under the intake, we will dig her out from wherever. I don't see it on this side anymore. Where did it go? I'll have to move it around some, because I lost it. Oh, there it is. I see it down there. Way down there. Pull that out. Snap it on. Good. Lubricant, and we'll click it into place. This one's a little longer than I think it needs to be. Definitely a little longer. Get some lube in there. Spray. Yeah, this is a lot longer. Look at that. Not bueno. Let's see here. How's this gonna work? This heat shield's all twisted and mangled, so we need to come under it. Maybe it is long enough. Look at that. Got enough here for this loop around business, so I guess that's okay. Yeah, we'll run it like that. Good. Okay, last one. Following the current routing of the number 3 wire, we're gonna run this through behind the bracket one more time. Last one, guys. We're almost there. It's the home stretch on the spark plug wires. Come here, flashlight. Push this guy up and in. There we go. There she is. Follow that guy through here. Unplug our number 4. Plug that guy in, just like so. And then our last wire, the old one, we can just fish this guy out. Both sides. Come here. And some lube on that boot. Final lubrication. There we go. There goes that lube again. Down and under and over our spark plug. All the way in the back. Snap in. There we go. Nice audible click action. These wires are in position. That one's good. A little bit of zip ties to tie those up and we'll be all right. So let's move around front of the engine here and we can get our distributor cap disconnected. It's got 2 little clips on it, one right there and then one in the back. Pop the cap up, pull the rotor button out. We can change this with a new one, and then we'll put the cap on, then swap the wires over to the new cap. Alrighty, new rotor button coming in right here. It is indexed with that little peg, so you cannot put it on the wrong way. So slide that thing down, and then we can get our cap coming in. Now look at here, there's this little black dot on the cap right here. We're gonna make sure that's pointing the same way, and then we have to line up our little tabs for the clips. That's gonna go not like that. All right, there we go. And we can snap this guy on. Begin snapping. There. Okay, now we can start to transfer over our wires. We will start with what we know, and that's going to be the center wire. That one is the one that goes to our coil, so we can route that one just straight right in, right here. Hook that guy into the middle. So I was mistaken regarding that little button here. It's in a different point on this distributor than the other, so it's not exactly sound advice that I gave you, but what we can see is there's a number 1 marking on the top of this coil. So I believe it's saying that that's the, or on top of the cap rather, that's going to be the number 1 cylinder. So we need to just check that with what's our known number 1. Now I believe this is marked number 1 right here. Yep, see it? There's number 1, so this is number 1. We can put this wire on that position on our cap. And then we can just follow through counterclockwise to the next one. Snap that one on. Next one. Snap that one in. Clicks. Next one. That goes in this position. And so on and so forth. Let's see, we'll go with this one here. And just go right around the perimeter. There we go. Spark plug, wires, cap, and rotor installed. Good to go. Okay, now what we need to do is make sure we've got everything done correctly. So I'm gonna head back into the cabin. Let's restart the engine, make sure it runs good. Beginning engine starting sequence now. And she is alive, okay? Let's give it a reach on our throttle real quick. Yeah. Nice. Give it a miss. Let's go ahead and shut her down. Key in the off position. Powering down. Alrighty, so our next component that we had found in the box was a Ford Motorcraft oil pressure sending unit. This is the one that sends the, I think that's the switch for the light on the gauge. I think it's just an on-off switch. It's either got oil pressure or it doesn't. It's not like a variable oil pressure gauge. I know that from the gauge inside, it looks like it's got a variable pressure gauge. Where is that thing at? Yeah, that one right there. but you can see that, or well, you can see from the switch here that it's either on or off. So what it does when it has pressure, it just closes this contact, sends ground, and then that the gauge inside responds. Now, it's going to be real tough to see. This sender unit is bolted into the engine block just on this side of that oil filter right there. So I'm going to try to maneuver you guys down in that hole. We've got to go in there with the oil filter oil pressure sending unit socket and remove that unit from the block and then plug it back in. So let's get everything situated and we'll get that thing pulled out and then suck back in. Alrighty, so we're sitting here above the steering gear, or the steering column shaft rather, and I'm going to reach back and get a hold of that little plug with these needle noses and move past all the sludge. We're going to pull this connector off the front of that sending unit. See that right there? So that wire is out of the way, mostly. There's our sending unit. I can't tell if it's actually leaking or not because there's just oil, sludge, and whatever else just kind of built up everywhere. And it might be a leaker. Either way, we're going to change it out. We will achieve that with this oil sending unit socket right here. This is a sensor socket, and hopefully I can get to that straight on without pulling this filter off. I think I got it. Yeah, she's loose. All right, we've got an extension coming in to get a hold of that socket with, right there. And then ratchet coming down as well. Reaching past a bunch of hoses here, so bear with me. Yeah, I think I got it. A little bit more light on the subject so I can see what I'm trying to see here. Should be good. Now, I don't have a bite on that socket yet. There we go, I think I got it. Slipped in. Let's give it some turns here, unclickages. Oh, that's tight. Yeah, that thing's in there. There we go. It's got thread lock built into the threads. Comes with it. That might be what I'm feeling here. Work this guy right out of its home. It goes right into the engine block. And I didn't get it all the way. Let's get rid of the ratchet here. Turn that a little faster by hand. There we go. Okay, that's our Crustomatic sending unit. That thing's nasty. Yeah, these things like to leak through the sensor body. That's a lot of buildup on this unit. Okay, set that aside. New one's coming in. I'm gonna just spin that right on into our socket here, like so, and then back into the engine block. Let's see if I can't see where that thing's supposed to go. I can't see it. Let's see if I can feel it. All right, there it is. I found where it goes. I can barely see. Let's go ahead and send this sensor socket in right there. Is it threading? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it feels like it. Looks like it. Smells like it. Must be going in. All right. We'll go into this with a smaller socket, smaller ratchet here, rather. It's a 1/4-inch drive size ratchet with a 3/8 head on it. Perfect for these close quarters combat kind of moments. And we'll just go ahead and spin that guy right on it. Is my wire out of the way? Yeah. To make sure I didn't get that wire pinched behind the sensor. That would not be okay. Run this unit down. It's tight. Tight enough. But for that ratchet anyway. Let's get the next one out, the bigger ratchet. apply some final torque here. All the way down. I think we're good here. That felt pretty good. Let's go ahead and pull this out and reaching in for our connector. Tight squeeze. And let's wiggle this connector on and we're good. It's just a single wire. I think I got it. Yep, that's bottomed out. A couple wiggles to make sure. Oh yeah, we're good here. All right, that operation was a success. A little side quest. Not easy to do. And it's nearly impossible to do without the appropriate specialized socket. Let's get rid of this thing. To the pile with you. All right, let's go ahead and give it one more restart just to check for a leak. Engine running. The gauge says that there is oil pressure. Is that right there? The gauge came up. Let's do our leak check. Up high, looking good. Let's see. I don't see anything running out of it. Let's take a look down below. And we're good down here too. All right. Very nice. Okay, shutting back down. Alrighty folks, I think that's about gonna be it for this episode in this particular F150. There are a few other miscellaneous items that are gonna need to be addressed on this. One of which was that broken handle right there. I didn't bother recording that handle. All you do is go in there with a swivel and an 8mm little 1/4" drive socket, take the bolt out, put the handle on, then bolt the thing back in. So there was really no need to be recording any of that. Plus it was hard to do and it was bad viewing anyway, so I decided to just not record that part. Anyway, that thing is on. This thing's gonna get an oil change. We're gonna do an undercarriage inspection, and there's an issue with some oil leaks down on the oil pan, so we're also potentially going to address that in the future. So I may end up doing another video and more work on this F150. I may not. Time will tell. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this truck and where it's going and where it's been. Do not forget to tap that like button while you're down there, and most importantly, have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. Into video, into F150, into Ford, into tune-up, into transmission.